Oil firms knew decades ago fossil fuels posed grave health risks, files reveal.
Here's a summary of the article.
The oil industry knew at least 50 years ago that air pollution from burning fossil fuels posed serious risks to human health, only to spend decades aggressively lobbying against clean air regulations, a trove of internal documents seen by The Guardian reveal. Echoing the fossil fuel industry's history of undermining of climate science, oil and gas interests released a torrent of material aimed at raising uncertainty over the harm caused by air pollution and used this to deter U.S. lawmakers from placing further limits on pollutants. In an internal technical report in 1968, Shell went further, warning that air pollution may, in extreme situations, be deleterious to health, and acknowledging the oil industry, reluctantly, must accept that cars are by far the greatest sources of air pollution. A scientist commissioned by the American Petroleum Institute, a U.S. oil and gas industry group, promptly told a congressional hearing in 1997 the link between air pollution and mortality was weak, before Exxon pushed out its own study claiming there is no substantive basis for believing PM 2.5 was causing more deaths. While overall air pollution trends have improved in recent decades in the U.S., pockets of stubborn pollution remain, often concentrated in poorer communities, among people of color and those living in the Rust Belt. Knowledge of the health impact of air pollutants was relatively thin in the 1970s, and some skepticism over the link was understandable for a while, according to Arden Pope, an air pollution expert at Brigham Young University, who said he got a lot of pushback from industry over his work, which includes the Six Cities study. We've seen the oil and gas industry's disinformation campaign come full circle with the renewed attacks on research that tells us what we've known for decades. Air pollution kills, said Kurt Davies, director of Climate Investigations Center, which uncovered some of the historical documents.
This post received a score of 13,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Didn't we already know that they knew?
Yeah. I thought this is supposed to be a news subreddit.
It's news to op, I guess.
The thing is, unless it's quantified in articles with numbers like this, they'll always be conveniently denied.
And exactly that has already been known for quite a while, given that the source was literally internal documents and insider information. For quite a while, given the literal documentation of it all, the only denial they could possibly make was of reality.
Greater than for quite a while, given a look out the window, the only denial they could possibly make was of reality.
We've been so fucked, so a few select could party on fucking yachts knowing they'd be dead by the time the world burns. Millennials get shit on for instant gratification, but the generations before us knew what it was doing to us, lied, and ate their cake for some quick cash. Twats.
Just like cigarette companies knew for a long time how terrible tobacco is for people, and how plastic industry knew for a long time that recycling plastic is too difficult.
And the sugar industry knew that sugar, not fat, is the main culprit for a huge slate of chronic, pervasive health problems. Common thread. Greed prevails.
There is literally a newspaper article that has been shared from the early 20th century predicting global warming due to the automobile belching out CO2. The auto industry also knew that lead in gasoline was harmful, and suppressed it. Edit. It was coal usage, not automobiles.
That paper.
Yep. That's it. Thanks for the link.
In other news, it turns out the sky is blue. But no, seriously, these monsters have known and not only don't care, but actively cover up the truth. In my state, there's already pushing that relaxing fracking laws is the only way to help our economy after COVID. Give me a break.
The rest of us have known just as long, really. It's pretty tedious how people are pretending climate change and mass extinction is some kind of unpleasant surprise when we've had exactly the same warning campaigns in the 70s and 80s as we do today. People just didn't give a shit until the cost became impossible to ignore.
Jimmy Carter was set to make addressing carbon pollution a priority as he won a second term in the early 80s. He had solar panels installed on the White House which were summarily removed by Reagan for no reason at all. This has been known and the public has been made aware for at least 40 years, but we have been too comfortable and complacent to do anything to change anything.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.